Recently, I shared on a previous video some scriptures where Paul encouraged the Colossians to walk worthy of their calling. He mentioned 4 things that were part of walking worthy of the Lord: to please Him in every respect, bearing fruit in every good work, increasing in the knowledge of God, and being strengthened with all power according to His might. As I was waiting on the Lord about this first ingredient of pleasing Him in all respects in my life, the Holy Spirit reminded me of a story out of 1 Chronicles chapter 11. Samuel had already anointed David to be king over Israel, but he'd not yet taken the throne. There was a group of men who made a covenant with David, who remained faithful to him to make him king, in accordance with the word of the Lord through Samuel the prophet. They became known as David's mighty men. The chapter goes on that the Philistines had captured the city of Bethlehem, and David was resting in his camp, and he sighed, "Oh, that I had a drink of water from the well of Bethlehem." 3 of his mighty men grabbed their swords and fought through the enemy lines all the way to Bethlehem and brought David a drink from the well of Bethlehem. Now, David did not command them to do it, and he didn't even say he was looking for volunteers. He just wished he had a drink from that well. And that was enough for these men to risk everything to please him because of their covenant with King David. Now, anyone in the army could have heard a command to get the king a drink, or they could have heard a request for volunteers for a dangerous mission. But these 3 men had to be close enough to the king to hear the desire of his heart. Which brought to my mind 3 scriptures. He who is joined to the Lord is one spirit with him. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. And reckon yourselves dead to sin, but alive to God in unbroken fellowship. That's Romans chapter 6, verse 11 out of the Amplified Version. I have given them the glory that you have given me, that they may be one, just like we are one. That's John chapter 17, verse 22. Christ's perfect sacrifice has given us the same relationship with God that Jesus has, so that we can know His heart, hear His voice, and do His will. Now, Jesus gave us His authority so that we could bind everything that He had already bound in heaven and loose everything that He had already loosed in heaven by His supernatural sacrifice. That's Matthew chapter 16, verse 19. He did not ask us to go out and invent things to do for Him, or even pray for the many good things that we may feel are needful. He is asking us to proclaim the things that He has already determined to happen from the foundation of the earth, and He has already paid for, already done, and already committed His Holy Spirit to bring to reality through us. That's Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20. Jesus said, I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know what his master is doing. But I call you friends, because everything that the Father has told me, I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you, and I appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit would remain, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. That's John chapter 15, verse 15 and 16. And here's another one of God's commitments to his children. It says, for the eyes of the Lord move to and fro throughout the earth, that he may strongly support those whose heart is completely his. That's 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 9. He has brought us out of the dominion of this world into his kingdom, into oneness with himself, so that he can give us his heart. Then we can lay down our own agendas, be his sons, respond to the desire of his heart, and fulfill his will in this world, which is exactly what we were created for. God bless you.